Chapter 7 Sources of Water. Let's learn rain, surface water, underground water, rainwater harvesting, uses of water. Water is present all around us, in the air and in the ground. It is in milk, vegetables, fruits, meat, leaves, trunks, roots and branches of a tree. It is present even in rocks. All living things need water to survive. No life is possible without water. We can live without food for several weeks, but without water, we cannot live for more than a few days. We need a lot of water for our daily activities. Water is one of the most common substances on the earth. It covers over 70% of the surface of the earth. There are three main sources of water: rain, surface water, and underground water. Info Hive. Water comprises 70% of the Earth's surface, 75% of the human body, 90% of the blood and sap. About 97% of Earth's water is in the oceans. 2% is frozen in ice caps and only 1% is fresh water. Rain. Rain. Most of the water on Earth comes from rain. A large amount of rainwater falls into the major oceans, water bodies such as rivers, seas, ponds and lakes. It seeps into the soil until it reaches a layer of non-porous rocks. This water is known as underground water. Rainwater is the purest form of natural water, but it gets impure as it falls through the dust particles, sulfurous gases and carbon gases in a polluted atmosphere. Surface water. We see surface water every day. It is any water that travels or is stored on the ground. This would be the rivers, lakes, streams, reservoirs and even the oceans. Runoff is the draining away of water or substances carried in it from the surface of an area of land, a building or structure, etc. Ponds. Ponds. Rainwater sometimes collects on earth in a small body of water called a pond. A pond may be natural or man-made. During the summer season, some ponds get dry. Lakes. A lake is bigger than a pond. The water in a lake contains dissolved impurities like clay and germs, so it is unsafe for drinking. Rivers. Rivers originate from high mountains. Water is present on high mountains in frozen form as glaciers. Rivers are formed when the ice in glaciers melts because of the heat of the sun. Some of India's biggest rivers like the Ganga, the Yamuna and the Brahmaputra originate in the Himalayas. When the snow in the mountains melts, these rivers are formed. These rivers are called snow-fed rivers. These rivers flow throughout the year. Some rivers flow only during the rainy season. They are dependent on rainfall for water. These are called rain-fed rivers. They often dry up during the summer season. The Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and Mahanadi are rain-fed rivers. Waterfalls. Sometimes a river goes down vertically from a height, forming a waterfall. A waterfall looks beautiful, but its water is not suitable for drinking. Oceans and seas. An ocean or sea is a large water body. There are 5 oceans in the world. These are the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic and Southern Oceans. A sea is smaller than an ocean. Rivers add dissolved salts into the sea from the rocks they flow through. Thus, seawater contains a large amount of dissolved salts. We cannot use seawater for drinking and other domestic purposes. Underground water. We cannot actually see underground water. When the water seeps down, it reaches a layer of rock that already has water on it. Groundwater flows through layers of sand, clay, rock and gravel. This cleans the water, but it also has impurities. When When farmers use fertilizers and insecticides, rainwater washes them into the soil where they get mixed with groundwater. Groundwater does not need as much treatment as surface water, but it usually needs some purifying of these impurities. Info Hive. There are over 187,000 lakes in Finland, giving the country the nickname the land of 1,000 lakes. Sources of underground water. To get underground water, we have to install wells, tube wells and hand pumps. Wells and tube wells. In villages, wells are dug to bring underground water to the surface. A wheel called the Persian wheel draws out the water from wells. This water is used for household work and irrigation of fields. Many times the underground water is very deep and we cannot get water by digging wells. In such a situation, a big bore is dug with the help of machines. Tubes are sunk in these bores and pumps are also installed. The pumps run on electricity or diesel. Water is brought up with the help of these pumps. Such wells are called tube wells. They are commonly used in farms for irrigation in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat. In the southern plateaus, the ground is rocky and it is difficult to dig wells. People often use tanks and ponds. Hand pumps. Like tube wells, hand pumps also draw out underground water for drinking. Hand pumps use a shallower boring than tube wells. Natural springs. Groundwater may run along with a layer of non-porous rock and come out onto the surface, forming a natural spring. Storage of water. We can store water in the following ways. Dams. A dam is a structure that blocks the flow of a river, stream or other waterways. Some dams divert the flow of river water into a pipeline, canal or channel. Others raise the level of inland waterways to make them navigable by ships and barges. Many dams harness the energy of falling water to generate electric power. This type of electricity is called hydroelectricity. Dams also hold water for drinking, crop irrigation and flood control. That is why they are called multi-purpose projects. From ancient times to the present, people have built dams to capture water and store it to irrigate crops in areas where rainfall does not provide enough ground moisture for plant growth. Info Hive. Dams in India. The Bhakra Nangal Dam across the Satluj River in Punjab, the Nagarjuna Sagar Dam across the Krishna River in Andhra Pradesh, the Farakka Barrage across Ganga River in West Bengal. Reservoirs and canals. A usually artificial lake that is used to store a large supply of water for use in people's home and businesses is known as reservoir. Water can be released from the reservoir into a canal, ditch or pipe which carries that water to fields or homes. Rainwater harvesting. During the rainy season, rainwater is collected in tanks or ponds. This rainwater is also collected on roofs of buildings and allowed to flow into a deep hole dug in the ground. This method is called rainwater harvesting. This collected water in tanks or ponds is used for irrigation during the dry season. This method of irrigation is mostly practiced in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Uses of water. Water is used for many purposes. Drinking. Water is taken from rivers and reservoirs and pumped into homes by pipes for drinking. Domestic use. Water is used for cooking, washing clothes, bathing, washing cars, washing dishes, etc. Industrial use. Factories take water directly from rivers and reservoirs. This water is used for different things such as cooling, driving machinery, and to generate electricity in a hydroelectric power station. Agriculture. Farmers take water directly from the river or reservoir to water their crops. Irrigation channels carry water from the river to the farmers' crops. Sometimes farmers use pumps or machinery to get this water from the river. Drinking water in houses. We all need safe water for drinking. In most cities, water is supplied from lakes and rivers. However, before the water is supplied to homes, it is filtered in a water purification plant. Chlorine is added in the water to kill the germs. Then this purified water is supplied to our homes. Thus, we get safe drinking water from the taps. Cleaning water at home. Sometimes, especially during the rainy season, tap water may not be clean enough to drink. It may contain germs and suspended impurities. We can make water fit for drinking by boiling it for 20 minutes and filtering. This kills all the germs in it. We can also clean tap water by passing it through water filters and purifiers, which filter the water and kill the germs using ultraviolet UV light. Recap. All living things need water to survive. Most of the water on earth comes from rains. Rivers originate from high mountains. Groundwater flows through layers of sand, clay, rock and gravel. During the rainy season, water is collected in tanks or ponds. This is called rainwater harvesting.